Fear. That's today's topic, and I'm really excited about it because I personally feel that fear is the most important emotion that an adventurer has. Now, an adventurer is going to experience many emotions throughout their exciting adventures through life. Now, why is fear important to an adventurer? Because it warns us. It creates an awareness to make sure that we can stay safe. Now, one thing that many people do is they hide their fears, or they don't pay attention to their fears. They bury their fear. Now, with any emotion, the more that you bury it, the more unstable that it becomes, the less control of it that you have. You want to make sure that you have control over it. And the way to do that is to reason out your fear. So what is it that you're afraid of with the dark, with heights, with bugs, with anything? The dark, there's no monsters that are lurking, but we think that there are. So the thing to do is to turn on the light, look around, see that nothing is there, no monsters. If you turn off the light, you can't see, but if you remember what you saw when the light was on, it's the exact same thing as what's going on in the dark. Take calmness and solace in the fact that you're going to be okay. If you need, use a nightlight. A nightlight's a great thing to help illuminate and glow so that you can see that everything is good and calm. If you feel there's other reasons to be afraid of the dark, reason them out. Why is it you're afraid of them? What reasons do you not need to be afraid of? So here's what you do. You list what you're afraid of, you reason it out, and you have others help you with these fears. Now, take me. I used to be afraid of heights. There's climbing up a ladder that could be a height. There is climbing a mountain, being on a tall building. So there's different types of heights. And heights can be a very reasonable fear because if you fall from high enough up, you can get injured. Now, when I first became tall, I fell. And luckily I fell in sand and I didn't get injured. And that was what I think I was mostly afraid of, is I was afraid of falling. And then when I fell and I realized that I was okay, I reasoned out how to not be afraid of heights. There are surfaces that you can land on that will definitely hurt. But learning how to fall is the important thing. And so you could do things like take gymnastics to control your body, to learn how to fall. Now, you can take gymnastics at any age. When you're young, it's probably the best time to learn gymnastics, really to learn anything. You get control and understanding of your body. And make sure to use prepare, explore, and share when you're overcoming your fears. Prepare is safety and learning. Explore is taking the time to explore those feelings of fear and trying things out so you realize that there's nothing to really be afraid of. And make sure to share in others with how to overcome fear. So today's mission, I want to make sure that you list out all the fears that you can think of. I asked you before in another mission to make sure to list out a fear or some of your fears. If you did that work, awesome, you're already there. But if not, or if you think of other fears, go ahead and write all that you can think about. But now, I want you to write out as many fears as you can think of. Now, one step at a time. We're going to work on one fear at a time. So make sure to not overwhelm yourself. What you're going to do is reason out this fear. You're going to do that by saying, why am I afraid of this? Also, list out what reasons I should be afraid of something. Then list out what reasons I should not be afraid of this. Starting out, you might even be overwhelmed by this fear and be very resistant to even think about it. So go ahead and try moving on to another fear. Conquering another fear might help boost your confidence to be able to work on another fear. And one of the things you can do to help you is show your teacher, your parent, your adventure companion the way to overcome a fear and say, hey, this is the list of how I need to overcome this. Can you help me overcome this fear by reasoning this fear out? Taking a list to somebody else and showing them how to help you helps them help you. Having the plan already written out of, hey, these are just the steps I need to take to overcome this fear. Can you help me with that? Is so much an easier thing for them to be able to help you. And then make sure that you're safe when you go to overcome this fear. So this is where having an adventure companion can really help. because you want to make sure that you're safe by having support around you. Prepare, explore, and share. So if you have trouble, ask for help. Then, when you overcome this fear, or if you overcome pieces of this fear, one step at a time, even if you just are one step closer to overcoming this fear, it might take you weeks, it might take you months to overcome this fear. Perhaps you can overcome it right away. Whatever it takes for you to overcome this fear, take your time at it. But once you overcome the fear, make sure to write down how you feel now that you've overcome that fear. Write down what you did to overcome it. Be very specific. Jump on in and let's overcome a fear by reasoning it out. Adventure on.